Yo, what's up? My name's Kevin, or Horizonist if you don't know me, and this is the first of so many um, graphic design videos, live streams that'll be on this channel. Currently, it is July 2nd, and there will be so many videos coming out this month. And just July alone. So today I'm gonna start off maybe with some graphic design, maybe with some jersey swaps, sports graphics, basically anything. Today, it's just gonna be a chill day. Nothing too much. Nothing too much. Um, let's see. Currently, we have some new NBA trades. So, before we start, I may start out with a jersey swap here. Let's see. Looking for 2025 jersey swaps. 2025 off season. Let's see. Jonas Valanciunas, Denver Nuggets is crazy.
Prime Day is coming July 8th through the 11th with great deals on whatever you.
Okay, let me see. There is. How about Lonzo Ball into Cleveland Cavaliers? So what we normally start off with is Lonzo Ball's jersey number. So Lonzo Ball's jersey number is number 2. He's number 2 on the Lakers, Pelicans, and Chicago Bulls. So he's going to the Cavaliers currently. So let's look for number 2 on the Cleveland Cavs. Looking for number 2 right now. Number 2, Colin Sexton. Colin Sexton, Cavaliers. Okay. And then we'll just check out some of the jerseys. You normally want regular jersey, nothing being touched or anything, and just a clear jersey. So we'll copy the image, we'll take it over to Photoshop, and then we'll paste it. Normally it'll show up blurry, but just click done and it fixes the issue itself. Now, we take a nice photo of Lonzo. Normally you'd have to search up full body if you want a clear photo. Definitely want something where he's not touching sides, touching any part, or anything getting in the way when you're trying to design it. So, multiple things you could do. I may be looking for more of the Chicago Bulls than anything. So, like I said, there's so many things you could do here. Right here. Chicago Bulls was the most recent of him. Now that we have everything that we need from there, we're going to full screen. One sec. Okay, I'm back. Let me zoom in on tools. Make sure it's seeable. Where is it? Okay, here we go. There. Now we'll go to Mr. Colin Sexton himself first. Reason is it's because we want to take his jersey. Weird, but scroll up to it and just take each bit, and then you gotta make sure that you pay attention to each specific detail or it's not gonna come out right. Takes lots of concentration when you're doing some of these things. So after connected, make my selection. Going to duplicate, then there we go. Now let me zoom out. I can't see anything. There we go. And take this little jersey right here. Deselect that. Okay. There's a little piece right here. Sometimes this stuff happens. It's very, very annoying. Very annoying. I get sick of this happening a lot. But there's half of the time there's like not a lot I can do about it, so. And then we'll just transform, which allows me to move whatever I want, wherever I want, do whatever I kind of want with this jersey. And this isn't fully fledged. I'm just speed running, talking, and anything. I do actual work at a later time. And make sure all connections are live stream. Make sure each connection is perfect. Alright. Again, it may look a little blurry, only because truly that wasn't the best photo to take. But in the long run, it'll look good. However, it does look good. And this specific strategy has helped me through different things. And you can do more with this anytime you want. You could go over to Colin, zoom in, and maybe take the shorts and move it too if you want. Takes lots of work and effort. Lots of work. you go. Then when you come down here, just move it to where you want it to go. And prepare for the tiredness. And again, it takes way more than this if you want a professional photo made. This is having lots of different fun. Currently, just talking, chilling, hanging out. Sometimes you just gotta stretch wherever it is. Make sure each piece matches. Because each genuine space on here counts. Each different thing done works with each different thing. So and then there, you just make whatever you want out of this. Different things can be made with different ways, different things done. Not everything has to be perfect unless you're getting paid to do it. Then you want to make it as perfect as you possibly can. Not as easy if you want to do it because there are some other different ways. Wait, gotta make sure, save it. All types of things made like that, you definitely want to add it to your portfolio because you never know. Just the little things you make show how much you've grown. And there are definitely a lot of things that have shown that I've grown in pictures because I have basically everything backed up. I used to make different photos like this little addition. Old photos. I mean, it's nothing wrong with having these old photos. Sometimes I look at these photos and I absolutely cringe because I cannot sit here and look at them and absolutely think that everything looks nice. And then I still make some funny ones, like this old one I made just a few days ago, and see if I can get it into frame. Who wants to do that? Alright, let's start on the next design. Anyone in the chat have any suggestions? Any suggestions of what someone wants me to do? Cause like anybody got a random basketball player for me to name? I see I have 4 people in the watching list, which is amazing. I'm glad there's people watching the stream, liking the stream. Absolutely amazing. So many NBA players out. So many NBA players traded. And it doesn't necessarily just have to be basketball, because you could create anything with this. Everything is creatable. Nothing's really limited in the creativity space, because anything can be done. Like, we could do one of my favorite soccer teams in the world, Real Madrid. I don't know, I'll do somebody like Vinicius Jr. First, I may start off with something like his jersey back. Take something like this. Move it over here. It's a really nice jersey. Take this. Start off with this. This is definitely a good start. Anything that I maybe wanted to start with this. Okay. Definitely. I could definitely start with this. I see NBA team for Las Vegas. Alright. That sounds doable. I'll do it after this design. Alright. But first, let's finish this. Yeah. Get this jersey into frame. Oh, that's a huge jersey, though. Okay. Now, what I kind of want to do with this is make some type of cutout. So maybe if I use my tool, get this cut out. And the pen doesn't have to be perfect unless you're still doing some type of professional design. I'll add that logo back in a little later. Concentration is very much key when working on things like this. I'll make this a selection. I'll delete it. Now, what I'll do in this background, basically I'll just add some photos of him on the pitch. I mean, there's nothing more fun than Vinicius. Not on Brazil, though. When you're searching up specific photos of the player that you're looking for, it's best to look for their transparent photos so you can get something with no background on it. This one's good. and I'll keep it in the background so it's still behind the 7. And then you go back and you do it all again. Just keep looking for different types of photos that you like. There we go. I think it may be better if I put it right there. I'm gonna make sure all photos wanted are added before you get your background in. And not all backgrounds are needed, so just depends on personal preference. All preferences are appreciated and done in their own way, however they're done. Here's one. And some of them you want outside. You don't want it covering anything, but some of these you want outside. I'm gonna erase part of this so looks like it's behind them instead of in front of them. A lot of these can be so fun. And main part, just gotta have creativity. It's one of the main parts of graphic design. Just gotta be able to do what you do. And however you do it, just gotta have fun. Let's see, what other photos could I add? Now some of these photos are gonna trick you and they're gonna have these backgrounds. But there's still a way to remove it if I don't want it there. It takes a few seconds, but it is worth it. And once the layer mask is created, each one can look as good as new. Some of them don't. Make sure you know what you're doing. I want this behind everything. No, why would it do that? There. And here, no, I grabbed the wrong thing. Make sure you have everything in order. I want it moved down a little bit more so you could at least see his face. Actually, I think I'll just move it over here. Better to be able to see it. Add the Real Madrid logo. So you at least know what team it is. And it is very much all about branding. Knowing which brands to put on each one. But I want it under that one. So, yeah. After, I think like 2 more photos are added, then you want to add your background and be able to have some type of texture. No design is finished without some type of texture in the background. Texture adds everything you need, really. Not much else you could do without texture. No thank you, not that photo. If that was a design, and you don't always want to do the specific ones that require you to do removing a background, because those take longer, and the longer those take, the more it's costing. Move behind everything. There. And I think the last one needs to be added around up at the top of the 7. That or on this side of the 7. But it needs to be another outside photo. Erase some of this. Just to make sure that this head has enough room right there. Move this over. No, not that. Move that over. Alright. Now time for the final piece. You want to add some type of background. And it could be anything. Anything is accepted, anything works. I may add their pitch. Yeah, this may work. Make sure it covers the entire screen. Then you move it all the way down. Then I know what I need to do in the meantime. Fix this. And I think I may need to add another photo because that don't work. That works. Yeah. Then you want to add fabric texture. Since I did take this off of a type of jersey. The more type of lumps in the side of the shirt, the better. There. That works. Now, what you do here is you put it on everything. Make sure it's the highest thing in. Then you're going to texturize it to see what you need to fix. So even if you're just texturizing the background, gotta see which one looks better. Where's the text? Okay, there's the texture. Put it above everything. lower the opacity. I want to lighten it. But you still want everything to show up well. There we go. And finished product. Not the best, but not the worst, and definitely has what we need in a type of design. That's all for this stream. However, I will be maybe streaming a little bit shortly. I'm going to get that fixture on the NBA team for Las Vegas. I think that may be the main thing for the next stream. I gotta type that in my notes to remember that for later. Let me put that in my notes so I don't forget. Okay. Well, I thank y'all for watching. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.